So today we're going to cover the butt blaster machine. This is an awesome machine. Not all gyms have it, but if yours does, you're lucky. It's a great workout for the glutes and the hamstrings. So let's look at those muscles first. The glutes, their primary action is hip extension. So when you're kicking that back leg back on this machine, that's achieving full hip extension, and it's bringing those glutes into their most shortened position possible. So this is a really great exercise to work the glutes in a shortened range of motion. So basically, since the exercise is going from bringing the leg from a bent position to a straight position, we're also working the hamstrings on this one. The hamstrings really have to do a lot to help us control going from bent to straight because the hamstrings do knee flexion. So it's working those hamstrings concentrically and eccentrically. So let's talk about the setup for this exercise. You're going to start down on your forearms, and you'll see this in the video coming up. And then basically what you're going to do is set the back foot back up on the platform, but you want that foot to be in alignment with your knee and hip. You don't want it to be too wide or too narrow. So have it just perfectly aligned, and then you're going to turn the foot slightly into an externally rotated position or toes out position. Why are we doing that? Because that is another action of those glutes, and so it's going to bring those glutes into an even more shortened position and fire them even more for us. So once you have that set up, then you can go ahead and go into the action of the exercise. So you're going to push the platform back as you start to straighten the leg, and then bring it back in. So one main mistake that I see pretty often is that people don't do that correct setup of, aligned and turned out. So you really got to keep good alignment of the foot turnout position and good alignment of your knee. Don't let your knee kind of wobble in and out. Keep everything aligned from the hip to the knee to the foot, okay? Another common mistake is that people let their hips kind of wobble around while they're doing this one. And that shows a lot of lack of control. So for this exercise, if you really focus on keeping those hips level, so say you're kicking your right leg back, a lot of people will tend to either lift or drop that right hip as they're doing it. So try and keep those hips level. That will require a lot of engagement of your core, which is awesome because now you're going to get an ab workout with it too. But really try and keep those hips level, and the only thing moving is that back leg that's kicking back, okay? And then the last common mistake I see is people doing this one way too quickly and just kind of short little range of motion, and then it's very, very ineffective. So your goal is to do this one with a nice slow controlled movement, going from the full bent leg all the way back till the leg's just about almost straight, and then bring it back all the way into where it's almost bent again, basically bent again. And so that's going to work the glutes and hamstrings through full range of motion, which is a lot more effective. So slow and controlled, get the proper setup, and I think you'll find that this is a really great exercise to kind of burn out those glutes and hamstrings, especially since it's unilateral and just doing one side at a time makes it even harder. So anyways, let's see it in action now.